Welcome to Talk a Good Game. It's just finished. West Ham United 3, Burnley 2, 5 goals. Sounds like a thriller, doesn't it? A 3-2 scoreline sounds like a bloody good game. You're thinking, wow, that must have been entertaining. And I would not suggest it was that. It certainly didn't have the punch of a 3-2 win. But it doesn't really matter. I don't care, to be honest with you. I just wanted 3 points today. We just had to win. And we've done it. And you know what? By the end of the match, it's fun. It's funny. There's a few stories being written, but it's the feel-good factor. And this is a vital, vital win for us today. Make no mistake about it. And I would suggest that that's a bit of a blow to Burnley as well, losing that game, especially going 1-0 up and losing it too. We needed to get the win. The defeats against Leeds and Brentford were bad. But 6 points from these 4 games, it's not the worst. It's the bare minimum, but it's not the worst return. And suddenly, we're looking okay. We were about a minute away from coming out of the bottom 3 this afternoon, but we needed to get the win, and we got it. And our very false 9 scored once again. I'm here to take you through the highlights, give you my thoughts, a little bit of a review and a fan reaction straight after the full-time whistle. But if you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. Please subscribe if you're new. And if you think you've subscribed, just double check. I would love to hit 50,000 subscribers soon. We're 2,500 away. It's quite a lot, but just, you know, subscribe, and also do drop a like on it by clicking the thumbs up. Right, let's get into it. I thought we started okay for the first 10 minutes. I didn't think we were that bad. I thought we were all right. Then I think the next 20 minutes or so, I thought Burnley were all right. I think they were the slightly better team. And by the time the goal came, you could maybe argue they deserved it. I think the game was certainly tilted in their favour. They were looking more comfortable. I think they were moving the ball better than we were. Their game plan, I think, was more effective than ours. But up until they scored, neither keeper had anything to do. Ariola had nothing to do. Dubravka had nothing to do. Both sides were looking comfortable in possession, but also comfortable out of possession. There was no threat, really. But I do think before Burnley scored, I think they were starting to move the ball a little bit better and a little bit quicker. And they were picking up good positions, but not creating anything. Then when they did create something, bang. There was a warning sign. Now, their goal didn't come from this type of scenario, but Kyle Walker played a lovely ball over to Hartman in behind Wan-Bissaka. It was a great cross on the volley, and Fleming just couldn't quite get there. But then he did get to the next one, and I can't remember who put the cross in. Was it Anthony, maybe on his left foot? Tuna Guy, I don't know how you pronounce his name. I've just been calling him Tuna Guy, gave it to someone else. You go Chuck? I can't remember. Anyway, the ball come in. Kilman's just nowhere near him. Kilman does not know where Fleming is. He hasn't a Scooby where he's managed. Burnley only had one striker. It was quite... He didn't make a great run or anything. There wasn't anything wonderful off the ball from Fleming. He was just there, and the cross was decent. And he just... It was a fantastic header, I will say. Ariola's got no chance. He goes in the opposite direction to Ariola. It's a great header, 1-0 down. But we weren't... It felt different. Last week against Newcastle, we were losing 1-0, but we were playing well. I was liking how we were playing. And I felt quite confident we'd get back into the game. But up until 1-0 Burnley, we weren't playing good. It didn't feel like we had much of a... I was hoping after beating Newcastle, we'd have a bit of confidence. I wouldn't quite say swagger, but just a little bit of belief, and we'd move the ball quicker. I actually thought we moved the ball slower today. I felt against Newcastle in the first half, it was 2-touch football, control pass in the midfield, nice passes. Today, it felt like it was 3 or 4 touches. We were just taking a little bit longer on the ball, trying to get that ball. But I think Burnley made it very difficult. I think the space was quite tight, the pressure high. I was impressed by Burnley up until 1-0. Between then and us scoring, I thought we were a better team. Again, we weren't battering them, but we upped our game, and the reaction from us was good. This is the second week in a row now. We've gone a goal down, which isn't good, but the reaction on both occasions has been positive. The heads haven't dropped. We've got our sleeves rolled up, and we've got stuck in, and we've got an equaliser. Against Newcastle, we took the lead before the halftime whistle, but today we got the equaliser just before. Now, what I will say, their goal, don't like this whole take it from the cuff of the defender of the sleeve. Right? I want to see some Cameroon-style shirts at West Ham next season. Get rid of the sleeves, right? Take it from there. Thank you very much. But there was no doubt about Wilson being onside, offside, or Somerville. Quick corner, which was nice to change it up. Good play by Somerville and Potts. Good play by Somerville to go over there, take it, and take it quickly. Potts gave it back to him, did well, stay on side, takes a shot. Listen, he's hitting into a crowded area. He's never scoring without it hitting someone. But I don't mind that. You've got to make your own luck sometimes because you just don't know what happens. And I keep saying it, shoot more often. We've got players capable of it. You get deflection. It could go out for a corner, could hit the back of the net, and it could do just what happened today. It pings up and Callum Wilson's there. That is a proper striker's goal. That is a proper number 9's goal. He anticipates it. When Somerville's making his move, everyone's quite static. The Burnley players, Kyle Walker in particular, they're quite ball watching. Wilson's the only one that's not really. He's the one that's making his move so that if something does happen, he's first to it. And it's just a simple heading from a handful of yards out. Great, I say great goal. Great movement, great anticipation from Callum Wilson. And you, as a striker, that's the type of goals you want. It's all very well scoring, the beautiful goal, but I want to see my strikers score poacher goals like that. They're more reliable. Well done, Callum Wilson. He wasn't involved in the game much up until that point. Not necessarily his fault. Came alive when we needed him to and got the goal. Well done. Good contribution. Half-time 1-1. Right, okay, who's going to go on? And as the second half went on and on and on, it felt like there was a winner. It felt like there was another goal coming. The game was opening up. They wanted to win. We wanted to win. And it was quite enjoyable from that aspect. But both teams, I felt, were just lacking quality. There wasn't any defense splitting pass. There wasn't any shot that the keeper couldn't get to. It was quite, we'll come at you and then you'll intercept it. You come at us, we'll intercept it. It was quite end-to-end without really creating anything. And then there was a blow to West Ham. Freddie Potts went down injured and went off. And I thought Freddie Potts was excellent again today. In the first half especially, he got his head on quite a few set pieces to clear it. I thought he was really good in front of our defence. I thought he was winning a lot in terms of interceptions. He was playing well. So when he went down, I was worried. Now, I'm going to be completely honest about this. When Soucek came on, I thought it was the wrong sub. When Soucek came on for Potts, I thought, I don't want to see this. That is not a like-for-like replacement in that area of the pitch. I wanted to see Magassa. So I was worried when we brought Tomas Soucek on. But very quickly, I was okay again because we took Wilson off and put Magassa on and put him into midfield and Soucek up front, which was going to be the substitution. Now, I had reservations. Soucek came off the bench against Newcastle and scored, and it was fun. But I didn't think he played like a striker against Newcastle. So while it was fun, it was a good story, I had reservations over Soucek being our second choice striker going forward. I appreciate a lot of subscribers have been wanting to see Soucek as striker before Newcastle. So credit to you lot, right? There's a lot of you, so credit to you. But I was still a bit unsure how Soucek as striker again would work. And my reasoning was coming on when you're winning 2-1 is different to coming on when the game's in the balance. But he came on when the game was on the balance today. He went up front when it was 1-1. And he got the what would be a decisive goal, make it 2-1. And I have to say, that was a striker's goal. His one against Newcastle was. He's the one that follows it in, he gets the goal. But today, corner comes in from Somerville. It's flicked away by Tuanzebe. Paqueta picks up at the back post, brings it down well. And it's an interesting shot from him. It's not powerful, but it's accurate. And it forces the keeper to make a save. And Dubravka gets it, but Soucek's there. Soucek has done exactly what Callum Wilson's just done. He's kept himself onside, thanks to Kyle Walker again. Kyle Walker twice has kept players onside today for Burnley. The most experienced player on the pitch has made two big defensive errors, I feel. And Soucek's anticipated it. He's moved, and he does really well to shape his body to make sure he chests it and he doesn't handball it, because you can see all the Burnley players saying handball, handball, handball. But Soucek, and you can tell by Soucek's celebration, I felt confident it wasn't offside, it wasn't handball because of how he celebrated. He celebrated knowing he's just scored and it's going to stand. And when I watch it back, the more I've seen it, the more I was impressed by it. His movement, reading the games, keeping himself on side, twisting his body. That's a striker's goal. Our very false number 9 has scored 2 and 2 now. I'm loving it. I like it. Football should be fun. It's fun. I like it. Scoring goals. It's fun. Winning games is fun. Soucek scoring. It's fun. Then it was a case of, can we hold on? And we went defensive pretty quickly. Let's be honest about this. As soon as we scored, you could tell Nuno was wanting to make defensive subs, and he did. His subs were defensive. And I'm okay with that, though. We showed against Newcastle last week, we will hold on. Igor came on to replace Lucas Paqueta. Kyle Walker-Peters replaced Somerville, went to a back 5. And I have to say, I'm not sure Nuno did it thinking these players are going to come on and we're going to score a third because of these 2 subs. But those 2 subs were pivotal in our third goal. So Kyle Walker-Peters scores it, but Igor's play on the halfway line in the build-up to that goal was fantastic. He beat Hannibal, did the pass, I think it was maybe to Fernandez, gets it back, and he beats him again. And he passes it into Tomas Soucek, who's in acres of space. But the play from Igor and the pass from Igor is absolutely fantastic. I love play like that. Just bang, there you go. Soucek gets it, turns, acres of space. He runs, strides into it. He's going for it. 25 yards out, gets his head up and thinks, you know what, I'm going to have a crack. And it's not the worst effort in the world. It's decent enough. There's enough power behind it. It's awkward enough for Dubravka. He gets his hands on it. But well done to Jared Bowen and Kyle Walker-Peters. They both followed it in. Walker-Peters is the one that gets a touch, put in the back of the net to disappoint FPL players with Bowen in their team. He wheels off celebrating. It's 3-1. We are, for 5 minutes, out of the bottom 3. It's brilliant. It is fun. It's just fun. But I just wanted to point out Igor's play because I'm not his biggest fan going by what I've seen at Brighton, okay? But so far, he's not done anything wrong at West Ham, albeit very few minutes. But he made a contribution against Newcastle, and his contribution today, again, very short space of time, it was very impressive. I'm a big fan of the play that he did in the build-up to that third goal, as you can probably tell. They made it 3-2 with, 5 seconds left, maybe. Ball in from Hannibal. Areola drops it. It's not good goalkeeping from Areola. Let's be fair, it's not. I think Areola had a decent game up until that point. He made a save from a cross by Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker whipped this cross in, and I can't recall who it was. Maybe Hugo Chukwu threw himself at it, and he just didn't quite get it. And Areola had to react really quickly, and it is outstanding. That reaction from Areola to prevent that going in was superb. But he catches it chest height when he's in the air and just drops it. Cullen gets in. I think he gets his fingers on the ball. I do think Areola is right to raise the complaint. And it's one of them I think the referee should decide for himself kind of thing. But regardless, if it was down the other end, I'm going to be completely honest. If it was down the other end, I'd want the goal to stand because I'd say, well, hang on a minute. The keeper he's not in control. He's got his fingertips on it. But I think, for me, I think the keeper should be in control of the ball for it to count. So I'm okay with the goal standing because I need to be fair. And later on this season, that might happen down the other end. I'm going to sit here and say that should be a goal because the keeper's not in control of it. So I'm okay with that goal standing. And I'm going to let Areola off to some extent because ultimately we still won. But if that was to equalise, I would have been fuming. But the final whistle went, we won, and we got the 3 points. I am absolutely buzzing. I'm really, really happy. I was nervous for today's game. Up until last weekend, so right at the end of October, we'd won 2 games at the London Stadium in 2025. The last one was back in February against Leicester City. Then we rock up here, beat Newcastle, and follow up with a win against Burnley. We've doubled our home victories in the space of 7 days at London Stadium. But this is good. This is good. We've got hope. We've got belief. We've got a little bit of grit about us as well. I think we had a little bit of that today. So did Burnley. I think both teams had their attitude. You can see players not ducking out of challenges. Both teams up for a little bit of a fight. I like that. Right, we're going to discuss a few players in just a second. Before we do, I just want to say a massive thank you to 2 people. Ironix, thank you very much. My pre-season prediction of 15 to 17 still remains after 11 games. Don't think relegation. Mine was 15th. That also still remains. And my prediction of we'll be all right under Nuno still remains. I wobbled after those 2 games against Brentford and Leeds, but he's got me back. And also to Stan, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Says, great commentary. The team is showing resilience under Nuno, and I'm feeling hopeful. Thank you to you two and the others in the watch along. There'll be no adverts in the watch along for the next game after the international break. Right then, individual performers. I think Potts was really good until he went off injured. I think most people had a decent game, to be fair. I think most people played okay at worst. I think there's 1 or 2 poor moments from some players and good moments from some players, sort of even it out a little bit. I thought Somerville was bright, I think he needs a moment. He'll be looking at Kyle Walker-Peters' score and thinking, I could have done with one of them. And I think that's what he needs. I think Somerville needs a goal. But he's looking bright. He's looking dangerous. In the first half, I was enjoying what I was seeing. I thought Bowen had one of his quieter games again, which was disappointing after his good performance last week. But my hammer of the match, my man of the match, I'm going to give it to Fernandes. I thought Fernandes was really good in the middle of the pitch. I thought he was consistently good throughout 90 minutes as well. I think there's some good moments from certain players, but I think he was good from the first minute to the last minute. He's had 2 wonderful games back to back now. You could see at Southampton and why he's a good footballer. And I think he's had a few quiet games pre the Newcastle game, and obviously got dropped for the Leeds game, came on and got a goal, and basically said to Nuno, you don't drop me, and got him back in the team, and he's repaid that inclusion with 2 big performances. But today, I thought Fernandes was fantastic. He's a real joy to watch. And I think you forget how young he is, but he's got a pair of cojones out there on the pitch, Fernandes. So does some of our other younger players. Bagassa came on, give me the ball, I'm going to travel with it. He looked comfortable. You forget how young some of them are. Juve too, it doesn't mind it. Potts, yes. But Fernandes wants to dictate the game. He wants to get on the ball. You can see him. He's popping up on the right and he's popping up on the left. He moves around the pitch, not just up and down, but left and right as well. He goes everywhere in that midfield. He gets on the ball very comfortably, rarely loses it. And when we're out of possession, he's got a little bit of a bite about him as well. He's got a little bit of aggression, which I always appreciate a player that's willing to get stuck in and not get bullied or intimidated. Because I think when you come up against players that can be that type of player, I think sometimes the way to them is just nip away at the heels and make it difficult and piss them off a bit. Fernandes don't allow you to do that. He bites back. I appreciated Fernandes today. So well done to Fernandes. Has the potential to very quickly become one of my favourite West Ham players. And Gordon, thank you very much for the $10 super chat. I appreciate you a lot. But listen, massive win today. Absolutely love it. I'm going to be back tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. I'll be live 10 a.m. tomorrow to have a chat with you guys. It's the show where we get the subscribers' comments up on the screen here. We'll chat for half an hour or something. I'm looking forward to your thoughts. So pop them in the comments below. And if you're kicking around at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, I would appreciate it if you could come and join me. We can have a little bit of a chat. And then I'm looking forward to doing the player ratings with Gonzo on Monday morning. But listen, well done. Well done, West Ham. Everyone involved. The players, well done. Well done to Nuno, his coaching staff. We were under a bit of pressure today. Newcastle, we got a surprise win. That's great. But today, it was a different type of pressure. It was like you're expected to win this game. And I think Newcastle made up for losing against Leeds. Burnley doesn't make up for losing against Brentford, in my opinion. This was a game that we had to win. And I think you need 10 to stay up this season. You might even need 11, but I'm going to stick with 10 for now. 10 wins, 8 draws will keep you up. We've now got 3. It's still not great, but you can look ahead now and you can probably pick out 7 winnable fixtures because of the last 2 weeks. You can probably pick out a few fixtures where previously, before the Newcastle game, you'd have went loss. You might look at it now and go, oh, draw, might win, draw. Those points add up. Belief is back. Well done to everyone. Well done, players. Well done, coaching staff. Well done, Nuno. And massive thank you to you guys for joining me. Thank you very much. Before you disappear, please do click thumbs up. It helps out the video a lot. Please subscribe if you're new to Hammers Chat. We won 2 games. We won 2 games in a row. 3 goals, 3 points. I love our new very false number 9. Big win for West Ham. Well done. I'll catch you in a bit.